Assalamu alaikum, dear sisters. Today we shall be talking to some of our sisters. We have a lot of sisters out there that focuses on what you're supposed to do, what you ought to have done and you didn't do. A lot of sisters focus on that. I want to tell you that it is a very, very bad habit. Why? Because you can never get satisfied. I'm not being personal about this, but the reason is because Allah is the one and only designer. Allah has designed everything even before you were born. So for a human to be holding other responsible of not doing some things, that means you are the designer then. Why would you be the one to design? Everything has been destined. And you know the worst part of it? To all the people that has that kind of qualities in them, that kind of attitude in them, all the sisters that has it, you know what? They complain of what they don't even do to others. You don't do things to others and you expect them to do to you. All those things that you were complaining about, are you also perfect in all those areas? No. A lot of things expected from you too. You were not doing it. You cannot say you are doing everything you're supposed to be doing. I can assure you that you're not doing everything you're supposed to be doing. But people don't seem to see it because they don't focus on you. Reduce your focus on others. Believe me, you are not the designer. People can only do things Allah wants them to do. A lot of people wants to do a lot, but they won't be able to do it. Having to realize a lot of things you want to do for people, and you realize you were able to do some and you were not able to do some. Not because you didn't try. Even after many efforts, some you will struggle and struggle, some you will not struggle. And some, no matter how you struggle, you will never be able to achieve your aim. Because it's not destined. So why do we have sisters out there that always, when you see people fighting, when you see people not having relationships together again, or when you see people going through one or two things together or getting in trouble, it's all because they're supposed to do something they didn't do. They will never do things that is not destined for them to do. They will never do it. And you are not the designer. Stop designing it. Whatever people do to you, accept it. It is destined. That is how Allah wants it. And whatever people don't do, leave it. Allah did not allow them to do it. If they are destined to do it, whether knowingly or unknowingly, they will do it. And even if they don't do it, Allah will bring another person to do it. Stop holding people responsible for not doing things. It is Allah that is doing things. What is done is Allah. What is not done is Allah. You don't want to humble yourself to do things for others, but you want others to humble themselves to do things for you. It's not done. You think about it. We all have to humble ourselves. Even Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam humbled himself. Humbled himself. He has every right to be arrogant, but he was not arrogant. Even though he already made his Jannah, he was still never arrogant. So who are we to be arrogant, sitting there and thinking some people are supposed to do this, some people are supposed to do that? Are you doing those things to those people too? No matter what, stay humble. Be humble. No one is responsible for doing anything. Only Allah is responsible. And Allah only chose who He wishes. He will choose who to do it for you. So you are not the one to choose. No matter who you are to someone, no matter who you've helped, no matter what you've done to people, do not ever expect them to do it back to you or expect anything from them. For Allah only made you to do it, and you are gaining your reward or getting your reward from Allah and not from people. So stop expecting things from people. And to all those sisters out there, trying to satisfy human, let me tell you today, you can never satisfy human. Whatever you want to do it for the sake of Allah. Do not inconvenience yourself. Do everything for the sake of Allah, especially the word from Allah. And you know what? If you die today because you're trying to satisfy someone, believe me, even when after your death, you know what they're still going to say? They are still going to complain about those things you ought to have done and never did. They will still complain. Don't think you can ever satisfy them. Whoever starts complaining about you now will never stop to complain about you. Will never stop. Only if you have nothing to do with your life and you want to waste your life trying to please people. If not, If it's for Allah, Allah do not want those that inconvenience themselves because of others. And Allah do not want those that don't render themselves to help others too. So you have to balance it up. You have to balance it up and expect the reward, your reward from Allah. Because if you die because of people, those that love to complain will always complain. Even after your death, they will still complain of what you did not do. They will not even remember what you've done right. They will always complain about what you ought to have done and never did. So be careful. Try and do your best. Try your best, do your best, and leave the rest to Allah. For you can only do what Allah has destined for you to do. Only if it's destined for you to do, that is only when you can do it. For if it's not destined for you to do, you will never be able to do it. May Almighty Allah continue to make it easy for you and I. And may Almighty Allah continue to reward us all abundantly. May Almighty Allah continue to increase us all in our good deeds. Bija'i Rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Thank you so much. Thanks for always. Thanks for watching. Masalam.